My name is Ben Azulai, known as King Azulai.
No, I'm drifting, catch you slipping, won't be back again.
We know what we want in life, we go out there and we get it.
Roll the riches, lot of fishes, so we throwing nets. Hiking, shipping, magic, yeah, we back again.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Blackout. We got my boy Marcel right here.
Hello, hello.
And three lovely ladies. If you guys want to introduce yourself.
I'm Selena.
Selena, welcome.
Hello, my name is Kaylee, and I'm 21.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Alexis,
And Alexis, how old are you?
25.
25.
Then how old are you?
25.
25. Nice. I'm also 25, and Ben.
We got a lot of 25-year-olds in the house. Everybody online knows how old I am. 33. Jesus. They're all like, Jesus died at the age of 33. That's the best number. I'm like, shit, I think I'm going to die this fucking year.
Don't say that.
Knock on wood. Hey, just continue the show without me if anything happens.
Nothing's happening. Don't worry. Just don't touch any of the wires, and we'll be good,
Okay, all right.
You never know. All right, ladies, let's start with this. Let me ask you guys a question. Everyone here has a boyfriend?
No, I'm single.
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 Why are we doing a podcast? We shouldn't be at dinner right now. No, I'm kidding.
That was so good. That was so good.
So, are you guys into good-looking guys?
Yeah. A little ugly.
Yeah.
So wait.
Personality.
So that's why nobody likes me.
I'm in love.
I can't. Yeah. I literally can't get a date for my life, even if I had to save it. That's ridiculous.
No, it's because you're saving yourself. That's why.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Are you actually saving yourself
Yeah, I am.
for marriage?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really impressive.
I want to have like the right woman in my life, and the wrong woman will suck the life out of you, drain your bank account, and take the
In your sperm count.
biggest form of currency that you hold, which is time. So I don't want to waste that with anybody. It has to be like the right person, because again, I'm 33, and what I need to jump into is like marriage and kids, but it needs to be the one. And the one for me is very important, and I don't calculate it like, oh, she's sophisticated. Oh, she's bringing an income. Oh, she's from a good family. I need to just feel it. Energy. If our energy collides, it connects. That's all that matters to me,
Can you guys rate Ben on a scale of 1 to 10 based off of what he just said? And then I'd like you guys to rate him again later on in the podcast.
Okay.
Go ahead, Selena. Rate him just 1 to 10. Honest, but it has to be brutally honest. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
6, because I feel like going into something very intentionally could hurt the process.
No, but that's so you don't find him attractive then. Like a 6 is that's as attractive.
good.
Based off what he just said.
So what's the 2?
Wait. So
you're a
what
6.
should hold on?
It's fine.
What should I say?
No, just whatever. Overall. So
Overall.
he's a 6. Well, let's go around. Okay, Kaylee, go ahead.
I was gonna say 9.
9. Okay.
Yeah, I'll say 9.
9.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I must know, like, what should I have said to make it a 9 for her?
She wants to sleep with you.
She wants to use you like a piece of meat.
Yeah.
No, I won't let that happen.
She wants a sausage with legs.
Protect
correct,
your
Selena?
heart, Ben.
A sausage
yes.
with legs. You want a guy that you're like, hey, come here, take your pants off.
Yeah.
Take your pants off.
That doesn't work with me. No way.
Here's what I observed. When a guy goes into something, wanting a relationship or wanting a marriage, it tends to get too intentional. So it's like it's less natural and organic when you're just starting to get to know someone.
Right.
So that's why, so I get,
Right.
Yeah.
I understand. No, it's really funny. So if I would write to women on social media, let's have fun, they're all about it. If I tell them I'm looking for marriage and family and stability, they're like...
People get scared away now.
Yep, they get scared away.
Well, because
Too much pressure.
yeah.
But the truth is, no one should go into anything not intentionally, if you really think about it. For me, for instance, I have the body of a Greek god. Why? Do you think I woke up in the morning, I said, whoa, today, hopefully I'll get it. It looks really nice. No, everything was intentional. What I ate, the way that I trained, the years that it took.
Every rep,
every set, every squeeze, every push, every pull, everything. It's all meant to go into the process of me getting there. Same thing with money, same thing with a relationship.
Very well said. I think the dilemma for me is, how do you know if that's the woman you want to marry when you just first met someone?
you don't. But no, here's
And why would you continue if you don't,
here's
100%.
yeah.
Yeah, she's right, 100%.
Well, I have the answer.
But let's, before he hypnotizes us and puts us to sleep like last time,
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. Perfect. So
we'll let him speak.
I'll tell you, sleep. No. Wide awake. The answer's simple.
Wait, again.
Are you-
Again. That was really
Sleep?
good.
Perfect.
Everybody, at the same time.
Sleep. Wide awake. Perfect. Okay.
All right.
So the answer is, if you're gonna date somebody, you don't know if you're gonna marry them, but eventually you want to have kids, right?
Exactly.
So if my intention is to only hook up with someone, and I happen to run into someone that would have been the perfect wife, I'm gonna miss it. So I don't think it's about having the intent to marry this person. I think it's about you have the intention to find the person. So you're going to go through people, and then you're going to find the right person. Everything's intentional, by the way. If you have an intention to not marry someone, I just want to have fun. So your intention is to fuck around. And from a girl's perspective, by doing that, you take away all your power. If you just want to fuck around, what are you getting from this? Nothing. You're just letting a guy use you. You get nothing from it. You're not getting his resources. You're not getting a future. You're not getting any guarantees. You're just getting, like, maybe, okay, fine. It's fun. And, like, look, I always tell girls, if you're going to fuck around with someone, at least fuck around with someone that is, like, going to teach you something. Fuck around with someone that's higher value. Don't just fuck around with, like, the loser promoter who's got tattoos and does a bunch of drugs, who's broke and lives on his mom's couch. Like, don't fuck with that guy. If you're going to fuck around with a guy, at least fuck around with a guy who takes you on a trip or something, But if you can hold yourself back and only do it with a guy that maybe takes you serious or a guy you'd consider dating, now you're in the green.
100%. You have to understand that men have the access to relationship and marriage, and women have the access to sex. You know that, right?
But if you're a high value guy, then sex is like
No,
everyone.
but the way that it works,
Well, yeah,
even
women,
if you're
they
high
want
value or
commitment.
not,
They want commitment.
women control access to sex. Men control access to relationship and marriage.
Commitment.
You guys are controlling that. As soon as we get that, you guys are hoping to receive commitment from us. You understand that, right? So that's your power. Once we took that, there is no more power. Who's got the power? Us. Now we say, you're my girl. We say, will you marry me? No one, you guys don't propose. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's very important that if you will sleep with somebody, make sure that person is someone that you might end up willing to be with.
How long are you willing to wait for a girl you like? To
Months.
sleep with her? What if you find out she had a one night stand?
Then we're done.
But if she had a one night stand and you still like her,
Yeah.
then what?
So if she had a one night stand
If you meet her
and you met,
guys- you-
wait, so
You had
because
dinner with her, right? You and her have dinner.
Okay.
You're like, wow, this girl's amazing. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I fell in love with her. Everything
right.
about her is just perfect.
yeah,
But she tells you, okay, and she makes you wait like 3 months, 4 months.
right,
But you find out later on she had a one night stand.
we're separating.
Okay. But
have a
if she sleeps with you
question.
the
Because-
first night,
Was the one night stand during the waiting period, or do you mean like in her
No, even in her
history?
past.
In her past, okay.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. She meets me, the God of all gods that's walking on the planet, and she's gonna make me wait, make me suffer 3, 4, 5 months, and she lets some dork hit it the first night? No way.
yeah, I always
No way.
I always give this advice to women.
No way.
If you're gonna fuck a guy on the first night, let it be the guy
Sleep
that could be
Sleep with.
let it be the guy that you would marry, or the guy that's attractive, or the guy that has everything going for him. Not the loser that you don't care about. You're like, well, I don't like him, so I'll sleep with on the first night, Why would you sleep with on the first night and make the other guy wait? Like, I find it so funny when girls are like, I'm going to make you wait. I'm like,
I think girls do that because they think like a high quality man wouldn't date them if they hooked up with them fast.
It's the
'Cause that's,
opposite.
it's the narrative though.
But it's
that's
the
been
opposite.
around. It may be opposite, but the narrative I feel like for women is
Closer.
that we think like, oh, if we hook up with them, they're not gonna.
yeah, here's
It's
the
you're
truth.
you're actually thinking very logically,
Yeah, very intelligent.
very good, but it doesn't work.
Here's
that
why.
way.
The high value guy, and I'm just gonna be so blunt.
He's got 50 girls just like you.
That
The
he
question
can fuck
is,
like that.
the question is, what are you gonna do better than the other girls?
So sex is not like he's not chasing sex because he has sex every second. If he wants sex, he has sex right now. Like, if you want to sleep with someone,
Yes,
how hard is it?
easy.
How many girls
Snap
could
of
you
a
sleep
finger.
with this week?
300.
Okay, no BS now.
No BS.
No other guy. 99.99. Not out of 100,000 men, 1 or 2 men have this access. 1 or 2. I coach celebrities. They don't even have this.
And the truth is, 95% of the women. The truth is that 5% of the men are sleeping with 100% of the women. So 95% of men don't get any.
So high value men want a girl who will give it up fast.
No.
But
They
you just said-
they
No,
want to
no,
go.
no, 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 no.
I'm gonna clarify. You want
Wait.
to clarify, or I'll,
Go ahead, and then
then you go.
you'll give your side. I'll give my side.
okay? If you're talking to a high value guy, and he's showing you interest, and he's taking you out, and he's connecting with you, if you don't even sleep with him, you're not gonna see him again. He's not gonna stay with you. He's not gonna take you serious. The longer a girl makes me wait, the less likely I am to ever take her serious, because I just lose interest. I'm like, she would sleep with Drake on the first night. That means to me that her values don't align with mine. If she sees my value and she values what I value, which is personal development, self-growth, success, focus, drive, she understands what a high value guy is, because she's not stupid. She'll like me and she'll want to give me whatever it is that's necessary to stay. I view it as her seeing my value, not even her being a whore or any of that. I view it as she sees my value. And therefore, if she sees my value and she's willing to sleep with me quickly, I'm now willing to spend more of my time with a woman who values me, rather than sitting there chasing someone as if I'm some piece of shit. I'm like, why would I chase you when there's 20 other women that are going to treat me like a king and you're going to play hard to get? I'm not here to play games. Like, we value time too much. High value men value time, so they're not going to play games. It's like, sex is a game. We're not playing it. We're going to sleep together anyways. Let's sleep together now and just get past all that.
I think what's more valuable than her giving you sex is her giving you her time, because
But your time is just as valuable as his.
No, our woman's time is way more valuable than a man's time, because we only have so long.
So why would you wait 4 months and waste 4 months of your time to sleep with him? You're
Because,
just
but
wasting more
also,
time.
if you're saying that a girl has to see your value and then sleep with you fast because she sees your value, you're also going to get mixed up with girls who are just easy and girls who see your value. And how are you going to be able to tell the difference?
Well, if you're a high value guy, you've been through enough women to know.
You gotta look at the girl's quality. And
Yeah, but I don't know.
easy
They could
to
be
tell.
deceiving.
But a girl who's easy with everyone, you could tell off the bat by how she carries herself. A high class girl would carry herself a lot better than a girl who just sleeps with everybody.
There's a
Exactly.
saying. There's a saying in Hebrew, and it goes, "There's no such thing as a girl that doesn't put out. There's just a guy who doesn't know how to get a girl to put out." And the truth is, every girl would sleep with a guy on the first night if the guy knew what he was doing and he had enough game and he was charismatic enough and he knew what he was saying. The thing is, when you're a genuine guy, you don't want to play the girl. So you don't tell her, look, I'm going to marry you. I'm in love with you. You're not playing her. And then girls take that guy and they go, I'm not going to sleep with him. And it's fine. No girl has to sleep with a guy on the first night. Actually, my advice to my daughter would be not to sleep with a guy on the first night. But my advice to my future wife is, sleep with me in the first night.
Here's the thing. I feel like a lot of women are emotional, especially, those who are more thoughtful and intellectual. So when it usually takes more time for us to have that emotional attachment to a guy. So it's harder for us to, just sleep with someone on the first night, if we're not playing around.
Have you ever slept? Yeah, but playing around, right? You just said it. You said, so this is...
Yeah.
I have a question for you. What do you do
Yes.
for work?
I was a stripper, just retired.
Yay! Give me 5.
Retired.
Yeah,
Nice.
retired stripper.
Yeah.
So, retired stripper. How long were you stripping for?
1 year.
Wow. And
Did you
how
make a
was
lot of
that?
money?
This
A
guy, I
lot.
was thinking about the money, man.
I'm just kidding.
I'm wondering about the experience.
Was it worth it? I'm just trying to see if it was
Like,
worth
should
it.
I strip? Like, how much money would I make as literally a nun with this kind of body? How much money would I make stripping? Let's see if it's economically beneficial to the king.
As a woman or as a man?
As a man, me, if I were to strip, how much money would I make?
I mean, good luck.
We don't have that option. That's the thing. We don't have that option. What about you? How's your experience stripping?
Financially, or just
What did it teach you
overall?
about men and
Let's,
everything? Yeah.
let's hear about financially. How much were you making per night?
I'd say on average between 1,000 to 2,000.
Wow. So you're probably stripping all night, every night.
I'm just good.
Every night you're like, I'm going to work tonight and tomorrow and for the rest of this year.
Yeah.
How does
Right?
it feel to make more money than probably every guy you meet?
One more time, sorry.
How does it feel to make more money than probably every single guy you met?
I think it did give me a lot of confidence and it empowered me in a certain way, you know.
Did you date somebody at the time?
Oh, no,
No, so that year you were off.
off.
You were focusing on being an independent woman.
Exactly.
You didn't want the distraction.
Give me all the money.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'll tell you. There's two reasons a girl will play around and categorize a serious guy. So in your mind, there's a provider and then there's an alpha male. The alpha male has the good DNA. Your number one instinct is to procreate and survive. So your DNA wants to continue spreading for generations to come. That's your DNA would not be here if someone above you didn't mate and your ancestors didn't mate, right? All our ancestors were not virgins. So because of that, your brain knows that the alpha male is not committing to one girl. He's going to go sleep with everybody. So you know he's not going to stay with you. So the strategy is, well, I know that guy's really attractive sexually and he's really fun. So I'm going to go have fun with him. I don't care what he thinks about me. Then I'll go have fun with him, get pregnant unconsciously, and then go get this provider male to take care of the baby. So usually women will be with this guy and then quickly get a boyfriend right after. Because as soon as they end up with the alpha, then they want to get a boyfriend. That's the strategy. Or they'll date this guy. He'll break their heart because they tried to change him and make him commit and be with him. He doesn't want him, breaks their heart. Then they go for the really easy guy, get bored, walk all over him. He's just not good enough. And they go through this cycle. Then once in a lifetime, you meet a guy who's both. And that guy who's both can do this way better and this way better because he's a super high value guy. But women confuse it. And then they don't know where to categorize him. Do I categorize him here because I want to stay with him? Do I categorize him here because he's really attractive? I don't really know what to do. They get confused. The answer is you sleep with him on the first night because you slept with this guy on the first night. And then you give him more affection and more love and more security than you would have given this guy. And now you have a boyfriend or a husband.
I totally agree. Like, I think that's very well said. So the guys that I date, the age range has jumped from 60 years old to 50 to 40 to 30, now down to like my age, 25.
So one of your boyfriends was 60?
Yes, my ex-boyfriend was a lot older than I am.
You know, my dad is 62 and he moved to Thailand because all the Thai girls love him there. And they're all like your age. I mean, you might be a little bit too old for my dad. He likes like 22, 21. But yeah, he also goes to China. You're from China, right?
I'm from China, yeah.
He goes to China and Hong Kong, Dangguan, everywhere.
It's a whole cycle. When I was younger or when I was more stupid, I wanted a shortcut. I wanted a guy who can provide, who can take care of me. And as I, learn more about men myself, I want people who I actually can spend time with and not just providing that financial support.
Now in China, a woman that's 25 years old is called leftover. How do you call that? You call that 顺我, no? 顺我.
Leftover.
Yeah. Say it.
I don't know how to say it. I don't know what the word you're talking about.
It's leftover. So women after 25, past in 25 years old.
剩女.
You see? Yeah. I know. Which means that it's leftover women because how are you not married by 25? You're a disgrace literally to China. This is what it is.
Yeah, but Chinese culture is also ridiculous. I'll tell you why.
I mean, ridiculous or not.
Well, here's why. They're popular. I don't know if you know this. China is probably going to collapse over the next 5-10 years.
Sure.
I think China is a superpower. China's dying.
I'm not saying it's a superpower, but I'm saying the culture of family values is very strong.
It's traditional values, but they also say you can't have more than one kid till recently.
Of course, just because there's too many people.
Well,
they have over 1 billion people.
They thought that. Now it's the opposite. Now it's declining very.
Well, that's because of the recent thing that's been spreading all across the world.
Potentially, it's also because of bad leadership. Very bad leadership.
That's why we're going into war with them very soon.
I don't think we're going to war with them. They're gonna.
Don't say that. I do not want to go to war.
Yeah. And you know what'll happen if we do go into war with them?
I
all
hope
the men
not.
are gonna
No,
die,
I hope not.
And then women are gonna be left with nothing. Like, it's just
Exactly.
gonna be like
No, I
30
think
for
women
the
today
one
will
guy.
be on the front line for sure. All the
so?
independent women, we're sending them to the front lines.
No.
No?
No.
Okay, you're good. You'll stay with us. What about you?
I don't understand why like a high value man wants like a young girl who doesn't know anything. Like, why wouldn't he want a woman who has a good
'Cause-
head on her shoulders and actually knows about the world? Because I feel like they're not at the same level.
You're
so
looking-
wouldn't that be annoying?
You're looking at what women value
You
versus what men value. Men value the innocence. They value a girl because think about it. You've gone through a guy, breaks your heart, and now you're not going to be the same. Then you go to another guy and he hurts you, and then again your heart gets a little bit, more stiff. There's more walls around you, and then eventually you come meet a high value guy, and you're not as warm. You're less trusting. It's a lot harder to get through to you. It's a lot harder to be vulnerable and happy and loving. Whereas if you go to a younger girl, you can you can
men
tell her
value purity, fertility,
innocence.
This is what we value. The more pure you are, the less you know, the more we value you. Like, I want to be the one to show you first what a Lambo looks like. I want to be the first one to show you what Greece looks like. I want to be the first one to show you what a jet looks like. I don't want you to come to my Lambo and go, I've been in a Lambo before.
Here's how the air conditioner works.
This is how you start the car. Let me drive. Yeah, I just drove one last week. It is what it is.
What if she's independent? And
Look, there was a young girl who I was about to start dating, and she's 18, and we got introduced, and I showed up with a Lambo, and she literally called her friends from inside of the house. They all ran out. They all took pictures with the car. She was like screaming, She got in the car. I took her for a little drive. I let her drive as well. And that was the most beautiful thing that has ever happened to me, because just to see the smile on her face and that pure happiness just made it happy for me. Whether I was going to be with her or not, it just made it really like a great moment for me, It's almost like you're showing her something new in the world.
I think everyone's confused.
Okay, first, sorry.
Yeah.
Ben, you just jumped to an 8. From 6.
Nice. There we go.
She heard you had a Lambo.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So funny.
What was it?
What made it? What made it?
Yeah.
jump?
It's what you said about, wanting to provide the first experience for her and seeing that happiness from her. That's
See, that's what they want.
That's purity.
We want
That's
that,
love.
Yeah, we want that.
For me, like, to see her jumping like a child, that's like the best thing that I worked so hard in my life to be able to provide everything. I didn't work so hard for her to go work.
Yeah.
If she wants to do something, sure. You want to have a job, you want to have your own business, no problem. But if you want to have a job, for sure, I will tell you, let's open up a business for you. But at the end of the day, you got to make sure the kids are taken care of. You got to make sure the house is clean. You don't want to clean? No problem. Here's money for a maid. Just make sure it's taken care of, because I got to go to work. That's all.
But I think a dilemma that women are facing today is that what are we going to do before we meet the person that's going to take care of us?
I think because they don't look for that anymore. What you look for first is a career.
Yep.
Before it was, let's find a good man. That's what it was before. Now it's, let's find a career.
But if I can't support myself by my own, like, am I gonna jump? Am I gonna just jump from guy to another guy?
How many years ago? No. How did it used to be traditional before? Like, if you really think about it, a woman wouldn't leave the house until she's getting either engaged or married, right? She lived with her parents. Now, for some reason, all of you guys want to leave the house. You want to get away from your parents. What has happened?
We want to live, we want the full experience of, being
What does
a
that
human
mean?
being.
Exactly.
But what is that? That means you want to go experience what?
We want to have, experience everything, just life.
Do you guys all live on your own?
Yes.
No, I live with my grandma. She raised me.
That's the cutest thing ever.
But she's trying to live on her own.
I do want my own apartment, though.
Of course she wants,
Yeah.
but she's with her
Because
grandma.
my grandma
Which is
has
really-
parakeets and they drive me insane.
Wow. That's a khamudai.
Huh?
So sweet.
What did you guys just say to each other?
He said she's so sweet.
Oh, thanks.
And he said, yeah, she is. That's so funny. What do you have to say about that? Do you not like women living with their grandmas or what?
Look,
She
Tell
needs
me the
me,
truth.
okay? She has a really hard time converting files to PDFs and things like that. I help her a lot.
I'm the guy that's like this. I just like congruence. Like that's why I told you this before. I dated a stripper because it was honest from the beginning,
Okay.
right? Like it's not that men have a hard time.
Is it this stripper?
No.
Okay.
She knows her though.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know her?
Yeah, she knows her.
Oh my God.
It's so funny. Anyways,
Best friends.
I don't know. They're not best friends, but they know each other. Anyways, the thing I like, it's like a man coming up to you and he's like, look how rich I am. And then you find out he's broke. Or you find a guy who says he's broke and then you find out he's rich. It's like, look, why did you lie from the beginning? You don't want someone to lie. You want someone who's honest from the beginning. I think confidence is when you don't have a mask. So when someone is honest from the beginning, this is what's up. Here's on the table. Do you like it? Do you not like it? That way we don't waste each other's time. So for me, I don't like deception. I think a girl who is not a virgin, who decides to wait 3 months to sleep with me, is being deceptive. You're trying to make me think that we're not promiscuous. I don't care if you're promiscuous. Be promiscuous with me. Just be consistent. Don't be inconsistent with me because then I'm not going to want to date you because I view it as an insecurity. I view someone who's honest and owns it. You own it. You're honest. You're confident. No problem. Same thing when it comes in business. Same thing with sales. I'm the best closer in the world. Why? Because I'm so honest. I don't care if they buy my thing. Here's what it is. Here's the price. Take it, leave it, walk away, don't walk away. I go to a car dealership. It takes me 2 minutes to buy a car. I want this car. This is the price I'm willing to pay. You can give it to me. You're not going to give it to me. Yes or no. We're not going to play games. Tell me yes now. I'll buy it. I'll walk out of it. I'll walk out of here now. Same thing with dating. Same thing with friends. I'm super transparent. So when people try to front because they're insecure, they're like, look, I'm this way or I'm that way. Like a big thing about this podcast is we only invited people who don't have plastic surgery. All of you guys are natural. All of you guys have real hair. Why? Right? Why? Because at least there's no mask. It's real. Like you might argue, well, there's makeup that's a mask. You take makeup off. Fine. Someone wants to wear makeup, look pretty. I actually don't mind that. I was going to talk to you about it. How would you feel if your girl, you start dating her, she stops dressing up, she stops wearing makeup, she stops looking good? I was dating this girl, and at the beginning, she was so beautiful. She'd always dress up to the nines, maybe like dress, heels, did her hair every day, her makeup. From the moment she woke up, she'd go get ready. She'd look beautiful the entire day until we went to sleep. She'd take off her makeup. Fine, we go to sleep. But she would only do that after I was intimate with her. So after I was intimate with her, she'd take off her makeup, not before. Then it was great. And then 3-4 months in, she started getting comfortable and she stopped dressing up. Then her friends go, hey, let's go hang out. And I haven't seen her dress up in I would say 3 weeks at this point. She dresses up again. I broke up with her the same second. Because I'm like, what? Like over time.
What is she dressing up for?
To go see her friends, right? But forget that. Here's the way I view it. Even if you're beautiful, like I have beautiful cars, but I buy a new car every month because I get bored of my cars. They're beautiful cars. I have a beautiful girl, looks fade as well. So you should get more beautiful. You should work on yourself, get healthier, show me your personality, show me that you're charismatic, be happy. But instead, they decide to get comfortable and get less beautiful, thinking that that's exceptional. I'm getting better. Imagine I got more broke, more fat, more disgusting while dating a girl. She's not going to be attracted to me. She'd be less attracted to me. Same thing happens with a girl. Why is she not getting better while she's with me? Right? And that to me is the most disgusting thing. Like when you guys date someone, do you ever consider that you should always look good for your boyfriend?
I think working on self-improvement is very important. That's like beyond just makeup. It's you're working out, you're being healthy, you're trying to stay fit.
But you always dress up nice for your boyfriend.
I think that would be ideal. Yes.
Right setting, right occasion. If I'm just coming over and we're watching stuff and chilling.
Well, that's different. But would you still dress up for him and make an effort? Like you're not making an exceptional effort. Let's say to go out with your friends and look good, and then not looking good for him. Like whenever you look good, you're looking good for him. Like you prioritize looking good for him. If you're gonna look good, it's gonna be for him today.
Yeah.
Or do you just be like, I don't care how he sees me. I'm just gonna go look good outside.
No, if we're doing something nice, then of course dress up.
I have a question for you then. What do you look for in a guy when you look for the perfect guy?
His daily habits.
Do you care about the appearance, like what he looks like?
Yeah, because I want to be proud to be by him. I don't want to be embarrassed because I've dated guys where I'm embarrassed to be by them.
He looks better in person, I swear.
Yeah. I'm I don't want to hold his hand.
Because he's not good looking.
Okay, so what would be what's your type, let's just say?
Well put together, knows how to dress well, works out, in shape, eats healthy, so it glows differently.
Okay. So you like guys at a certain height, certain weight, certain ethnicities.
Taller than me.
So just
How
a little
tall are
bit
you?
taller than you?
5'6".
5'6".
Okay. So as long as he's 5'7", it's good.
Well, okay, maybe like 5'10".
5'10".
Taller than her in heels,
Yeah,
obviously.
taller than me. and
Okay,
heels like
okay, okay. And like, what about fit? Does he have to have abs or like no?
that. No skinny fat, but
Yeah.
he doesn't have to have like a lot of abs. But as long as he's like in shape, working out like every day, eating right, looks like he takes care of himself.
Are you into bald guys or no?
Probably not.
No. Are you into beards or no?
Not really.
A little
Depends,
bit of
maybe
beard?
A little bit, yeah, a little
Okay.
bit.
No, I got too much beard for you. I know. It's a lot of beard to handle. Believe me.
I think
But-
girls don't even know what they like, to be honest with you.
That's why I'm asking, and because I really want to see what she's thinking about. You
I think
know.
a girl just wants a guy that makes them feel
And the
like
reason
he's a man.
And the reason I'm asking that is because I've seen so many times a woman with a horrible looking guy, and she could be like a supermodel, and you're like, why are you with him? Then you're like looking, does he have money? Also doesn't have money. Why are you with him?
The way he makes you feel.
Exactly.
When I was younger,
A lot of women don't have a type. It's crazy.
when
Yeah,
I was
I don't have a type.
when I was younger, I was heartbroken, and before I was heartbroken, I was in love, and I was really fat. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go lose weight to make this girl fall in love with me. So I lost 24 pounds in 1 month, and I come and I'm like, okay, it's Monday, first day of school. I'm gonna ask her out on Thursday. I was really trying to get the courage to do it. I'm like, let me just lose a little bit more weight, look a little bit better, get my hair cut on Wednesday, and I'll go ask her out. On Wednesday, this really fat kid asked her out, and she said yes. And I was heartbroken. And I go, I never want to feel this way again. So I start looking, and I'm like, well, she didn't care about looks. Then I start looking at every girl. I'm like, well, is this always like this? Do girls always care about looks? And I'm like, no, they don't always care about looks. Do they care about money? No, they don't care about money. Do they care about fame? No, they don't care about fame. So what do they care about? And I realized they care about confidence. So I said, well, I'm going to become the most confident guy in the world. That's what I said. I'm going to be the most confident guy in the world. So I went to the mall every day at 15, not to hook up with girls, not to go sleep with them. I didn't lose my virginity until 17. I went to the mall every day to get girls' phone numbers because my biggest fear was a fear of rejection. I think any guy watching this right now, you've been heartbroken, I don't care how old you are, get up, leave your house, and walk up to every girl you see. Get rejected over and over and over again with the intention to gain confidence. Not to date them, not to call them later, not to go out with them, just to build your confidence. You do this, and you'll become unstoppable. I believe at 15, I carved the path to my success today. So a decade ago, I started working my confidence. To this date, I believe that decision, that heartbreak, was the most valuable thing that ever happened to me in my entire life. So I would say the most attractive guys you've gone out with, I'm willing to bet, are not the ones that look the best, that were the most ripped, because a lot of guys are focused on bullshit to become more confident, and then you get the six-pack, and you're still not confident. Then you get the Lamborghini, you're still not confident. You still can't walk up to a fucking girl. So, I'm willing to bet that the guys you went out with that you found the most attractive, whether they're 60 years old or whether they're 20 years old, were the most confident guys you were around. Is that right?
No.
Lies.
No, it's not a lie.
Was he confident at first?
No, it was the Tism Riz.
What is that?
What is that?
What is that?
I never heard that before.
It's like when a guy is like kind of like low-key on the spectrum, but he doesn't actually have to be on the spectrum, but they're kind of dorky and they're kind of like
So you're the Asbergers.
no, I mean, well, maybe, but like I'm just saying like
Do you agree with that?
my last fling, I guess, he did have Asperger's, and I thought it was so cute. Like,
what is Asperger's?
It's low-level autism.
It's a level of autism where they're not obviously mentally
Challenge.
Okay, challenge.
yeah, challenge. We cut that out.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, they can't lie.
Okay.
They take everything for what it is. Like, everything's very literal. They can still be sarcastic and understand most jokes, but like they just operate so like
Sociopath.
they just are.
Most
they just
people,
are themselves.
most
Like if
people with
if they
Asperger's,
want to do
it's a
something.
lie. Most people with Asperger's are sociopaths. Now, excuse me if
What?
you have it. It's true.
Really?
All my friends, all of them are sociopaths.
Wait.
And women, listen, I love this. Women don't have a radar for sociopaths.
That
or
actually
psychopaths.
explains a lot.
Do you like him? Does he treat you well?
No,
No, he doesn't. There it is. Look, he doesn't. I know he doesn't. So she's like, well, I like this guy. No, you know what they like? You don't have the radar. So you're looking at a guy. You're seeing things through the lens of looking at another woman. So women judge men based on how they judge women. That's not how you judge a man. Because a man in 2 seconds could see what something's off.
Completely different than a woman.
Yeah. He definitely knew how to treat me well, and he did do things that were really awesome.
Why aren't you with him?
But also there was the flip side where he had a
Sociopath.
split personality, and then he would treat me really not well, but then make up for it and then loop back.
Yeah, love bomb you.
And then
Partial
it kind of got a little bit
narcissist.
exhausting because I like
Partial
consistency.
Sociopaths are narcissists.
Yeah. It wasn't
So-
consistent. It was
Yeah. So what's a consistent guy? A confident guy.
a confident guy. And then my actual ex, like that I dated for a long time before that, he portrayed himself to be confident, but wasn't actually truly confident. And it's almost like girls.
Did he smoke anything?
Yes.
So he was not
smoked
portraying himself to be
marijuana
confident.
every
And-
day.
So he was never
But
portraying himself to be
you're a
confident.
virgin, you said, right? You've never had sex before.
Never in my life.
Okay, so and this guy has been waiting for you
Yeah,
for
that's
a
a
while.
lot.
I'm just kidding. I have had sex, but I do.
Okay.
I've only had sex with people that I have been in love with, and they waited
Believe-
at least 4 months.
But you believe that you were gonna be with them forever.
I thought we were going to be married forever.
and then
yeah.
it never happened.
And then, yeah.
and still waited that 4 months.
Yeah.
You see, if you would have done it, you would have just left him much quicker and maybe found your husband.
I know.
So you're 21 now.
Wasting
Right.
your time.
What exactly would be the perfect man that you would say, okay, I'm going to settle down here. That's it. I'm done. Is your heart completely in the clear right now?
Is my heart in the clear?
Yeah. Like, are you completely done with whatever relationships you've had?
Yes, completely done with the relationships, but also just need time by
Like-
myself
So you're not
Like
to.
the heart, like
So you're
your
not over
heart.
So I'm what?
You're not over someone.
I am over everyone.
No, you're
Yeah,
not.
but
Yes, I
your
am.
heart is.
But
your
I just
heart in
haven't
the
been able
clear?
to fully grow back
Then you're not over them.
the love for myself. I'm over them.
she's over
but
them.
I'm
She's
not
not-
into
she's-
myself as much
You
as
haven't rebuilt yourself
to be.
back into
Right.
full.
over them, but still growing into myself and learning how to love myself by myself. And you can be over somebody and still learning how to love yourself. You could have never been with anyone in your life and still learning how to love yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, of course.
yeah. So-
Personal development, you know, you have
Yeah,
to learn how to love
exactly.
yourself. Like, for instance, do you guys believe in finding your soulmate, your other half?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, I do.
What about you? Yes. Can you talk to the mic?
Yes.
You believe in finding your other half. Now, my question is, why would you want to come in as a half and not as a full?
That is a really good question.
You want
You
to
go to be complete yourself and then find somebody else who's also complete. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes?
Yeah.
Like, imagine right now I would take 2 water cups and I come with a half a cup and another half a cup. Now, if I fill up the cup on the left side, I will end up having 1 empty cup and 1 full cup. If you do the same thing the other direction, you will get 1 full cup, 1 empty cup. When you come as half and look for your other half, you end up leaving someone empty. And it's very important that you come full and they come full. Because if I give you my happiness and say, now you're in charge of it, and you give me your happiness and say, I'm in charge of it, you know what happens? A disaster of a relationship. You don't want to do that.
So true. It's so true.
Tell me.
No, it's so true. You know, I'll tell you, I think the biggest reason men like younger women, like women that are not hurt yet, is because they, at least, even though their full cup isn't as full as you could be at 24 or 25 or 30, it's more full than it was after they got heartbroken. Because now you have not loved yourself the same as you did when you were younger. And
What do you-
that's the problem.
But I would disagree.
And what do you guys think about what I just said?
Go ahead.
I agree with you, but I'm 25 and I guess I haven't really had my heart broken now because I love myself a lot.
You ever
I
been in
love
love?
myself more than
Found it.
I
Yeah.
ever did when I was younger. So I only keep getting better and keep leveling up. So
Well, you're also very confident right now.
Yeah, what's your sign?
Libra.
Ah, yeah, of course.
You speaking the
What's
You?
your sign?
I'm a Taurus.
Oh, I'm a Virgo. We're compatible.
Yeah, we are. Actually, I'm talking to a Virgo right now.
I don't.
Good luck.
I don't believe in signs. I think it's a bunch of
Give me
BS.
5.
I think the fact of the matter is the day you're born doesn't determine.
Of
your
course.
My
personality.
ex is a Taurus.
know.
The actual ex that I was in love with is a Taurus.
Yeah, we are. Everybody loves us. The thing is that we
So they
are
don't want us to
very
be down?
stable. Huh?
I don't want to say that.
So it was a rebound. So I thought you only date guys to marry them.
No,
but-
it wasn't a rebound. I spent 4 months in solitude before I even entertained the idea of texting another guy.
But you still rebounded.
And
with another guy.
I wouldn't say it was a rebound.
You don't even know his star sign, and you're
Well,
into this
if
stuff.
Wait,
No,
I do
mean, if
remember,
she took-
but I don't
if
want to
she
say
took
it because
if she took 4 months off, she didn't rebound.
yeah, I did take 4 months off, and I actually jumped in
4
the
months
ocan
off.
every day until
don't
I
think
was
it's about how much
happy
time you have.
again.
I can
She
get
got
over-
baptized every day in
Every
the
day
ocean.
I
I
can get over a
baptized
girl
myself.
in 3 days and meet my next girl, and then fine. Or I could still be with. I was in
No,
love with
I
my
can't do
first
that.
ex for 3 years. After I broke up with her, I was still trying to move on for 3 years. There are other girls I've moved on for in 24 hours, and it's not a rebound.
You didn't love
My
them then.
friend,
No,
you
but-
didn't
but-
love them.
Yeah, of course not.
No,
but, so,
you
but that's the
weren't
point, though.
Exactly.
So, but if
You
you love
loved
someone,
him.
exactly. So 4 months is not enough to get over somebody you love.
But you loved.
She still loves him. That's why that's why she didn't like the next guy.
Because
the next
he's
guy
a
would have
tor-
you would have
Well-
loved the
No,
next
but-
guy if you weren't. If you
Let
were
me
with
tell
this
you
guy.
what it. And
No,
let me tell you
I
why a lot of.
actually would have loved him if he wasn't bipolar.
And that's the
your
Taurus.
rationale. That's not accurate.
Wait, is that the Taurus?
No, the Taurus was the one who I was in love with, and then I spent 4 months after that to try to heal myself enough to be able to entertain the idea of even talking
Would
to
you
someone.
guys ever
Right,
want to
how-
be in love again?
Yeah,
Do
absolutely.
you want to be in love?
How?
Yes.
Do you want to be in love? So what's your strategy for getting a guy to be in love with you and be in love with him? Like what's if you're in your mind, what's the perfect fairy tale for that to happen?
To get over a guy?
To make a guy to have that love that you're looking for.
Oh, to fall in love.
Yeah, like I'm gonna fall in love with him and we're gonna have kids and it's gonna be a happily ever after. What does that look like?
I say be adventurous, live life to the fullest together.
These aren't specific things. These are very ambiguous things. Be very specific because
Okay.
if a man's watching this and you want to make men better,
Right.
then be specific.
Okay. Someone else should go because.
Yeah, you don't know.
I mean, okay, to make a guy fall in love with you, is that what you're saying?
No, you make what would make you fall in love with a guy?
Oh, what would make me fall in love with a
Hypnosis, not
guy?
big one.
If
Don't.
I could be comfortable and be myself around him, then that would make me fall in love with a guy. Because
Yeah.
I'm more shy, so it takes me a while to open up. But certain guys I can be more comfortable with quicker. So if I can be myself and be comfortable, then I would fall in love with him.
How many boyfriends have you had in your life?
3?
And how many dates? Like dating guys, but like not boyfriend. It wasn't like a serious thing.
I don't know. 10?
10? Who would you love the most?
Your boyfriend or one of those guys?
Boyfriend.
Boyfriend?
Yeah.
Your first
How long
boyfriend?
were you with him?
My first boyfriend, a year.
Was it your first boyfriend though that you loved the most?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
No.
weren't heartbroken? You said you've never been heartbroken. Is it because you left him?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, because I left him.
Was
Because I
he
wanted more for myself.
But he was super heartbroken, right?
Yeah, he was.
He was
All
destroyed.
the boyfriends I've ever had, they hate me and they don't want to talk to me.
Yeah, because
you
you're a
broke all their
Libra.
hearts?
I guess so.
Oh
'Cause
my
you're a
God,
Libra.
savage.
Yeah.
It's because Libra is like you.
What?
Same personality.
Whoa, what am I doing? I don't break hearts.
What's your sign?
Gemini?
Great. Do you know anything about Gemini?
I'm a twin, and I have a twin sister, so
Yeah.
it's accurate, I guess.
One day they're like this, the next day are like that. They're not sure what they want today. They're sure about what they want tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure what I want all the time.
Yeah?
All the time.
Okay. How about you?
What?
When it comes to a relationship, do you know what you want? Like in
Yeah.
the relationship, you were in a relationship and all of a sudden you wanted it, you didn't want it. Like you have those days
Oh, do I? No. If I want it, I always want it. But
until
If
you
I
want
don't
something
want it.
more for yourself and then you don't want it.
yeah, if they're not going to evolve with me, but if they're evolving as well, then
He was a loser or what?
yeah, it was like a hometown relationship and I wanted
Where are
to
you
be
from?
bigger. Portland, Oregon.
Oh, Oregon. Wow, beautiful place.
Yeah, I have a marijuana farm there
Yeah?
with alpacas
Wow. Look at this guy.
and goats.
Which
But
you
alpacas
guys
are
don't
my
know,
favorite
he's a little Pablo right here. He's got alpacas
But
and
but
marijuana.
I've never touched it in my whole life. Never
No,
done it
I
in
know.
my life.
I know.
Never drank.
He doesn't drink. He doesn't do anything.
You've never gotten high in your life ever?
Never.
Are you serious?
Have you?
Never. No.
Are you wait, was that a serious question?
Yeah.
Never in my whole life. Disgusting.
I one
actually-
time got high from my friend smoking.
I got high from
Oh, you got
smoking.
secondhand
that too.
high?
Yeah, and I was in the room and they smoked. I didn't know you could
Were they
actually get that.
hotboxing?
Yeah,
I
I didn't
was-
know you could get that.
I was
and I
outside.
was panicking.
That's what happened to me. I was
I got
outside.
paranoid,
Bro,
like
that's what-
crazy.
I
I
thought- I had a
thought the
sore
world
throat.
was coming to get me.
I had a sore throat.
I was 14.
This happened to me 2 years ago. 23. I'm in Israel, and I was dating, like one of the most famous models there. And we're sitting down. All our friends are smoking. I'm there for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I can't deal with this smoke. And I get up, and all of a sudden, I had like a very small sore throat. My lymph node was a little bit swollen, and all of a sudden, I go, "Oh my God, I have throat cancer." I start calling my parents, panicking. I'm like, I need to get into a doctor right now. I need a CT scan. I have throat cancer. Like, I'm gonna die. It's by my brain. It's gonna pass my blood-brain barrier because someone spoke next to me. Would you guys is there any like scenario where you would be able to still be friends with an ex?
Yes, I would prefer to be friends with an ex, but it seems like they can never be friends with me. And then it makes me kind of upset because I'm like, we just had this whole experience with each other. Like, why do we have to be out of our lives completely? Why can't we just maybe have like time apart to get over it, but then be friends again? Because like, it's not like I didn't like them as a person. It just didn't work out in the relation to like be together like that.
How do you think your future boyfriend would feel about you hanging out with your ex?
They probably would not like that. So, okay, so in that scenario, I guess.
So it's
not
probably
good to be
better,
friends with an ex.
unless you're never going to date anyone again.
Yeah, that would.
Or if you're okay with them talking to all their exes, because assuming you're a high value girl, right? So all the guys you're gonna end up with, if you end up with one, probably pretty high value and has quite a few exes. So I mean, you'd open that box.
That is true. But if I was dating a good guy that I could trust, maybe I would be okay with him being friends with the ex if I was around them and the vibe was like obvious friends, because you could pick it up. But you gotta have trust in a relationship.
Yeah.
I think you should also have respect.
Yeah.
The problem is that when you hang out with exes, you never know what's going to happen at some point in time. Because if you're my girl and this is your ex and you're hanging out with him and me and you have an issue today, we're not going to have an issue tomorrow, but we might have it today. And you went to hang out with him and he's going to comfort you.
Mm-hmm.
You might get comforted in a different way.
That's so bad.
Right? And that's
Yeah.
that's the kind of things that happen.
Yeah, personally, I cannot be friends with an ex if I was like truly in love with them and I had a.
But what
long
if you weren't in
relationship.
love with them? What if you just hooked up with a guy one time? Like you just.
Well,
slept
I've
with him?
never just hooked up with a guy one time. Like
Well, like okay, a few times, but you didn't date him.
every guy that I've slept with, I've made them wait like 4 months,
Yeah,
and and I was like exclusively
So-
with them for 4 months,
So every guy you've slept with was your boyfriend?
pretty much.
No, were they your boyfriend?
Yeah,
No, so he asked you to be your boyfriend?
yeah.
Every guy, you're only 21. When did you start? At 12?
No, I mean there's three. There's three. One was like a high school
You've only been with three
relationship.
guys?
Yeah,
You've only slept with 3 men.
yeah.
That's beautiful.
Why'd you
Can I
look at
shake
me
your-
like that?
Can I shake your hand? Are you telling us the truth?
No,
What do you
she's
mean?
not.
She's not?
Her body language is lying, but it's fine. We're gonna pretend like she's the truth. So 3 people. Go on.
Is it 3 times 3, 9?
No, not 9. It would be 2 times 3.
Okay.
So 6.
So 6.
Yeah.
So it's 6 then, not 3.
Yeah, it's 6.
Okay.
So
But don't put that in there, please.
Okay. So just for 3.
I was saying it for the podcast.
Well, yeah. So don't,
Shake your hand still. That's still a very low
But I
number,
already
man.
told you that before. Like, you knew the truth.
no, you never told
Yes,
me.
I did. You
I never
asked me.
I didn't ask you.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I never asked you. I
I'm-
try to not ask girls about their body count.
I'm
because
almost 100% positive.
I try only if they ask me, then I'll ask them.
We
but-
definitely talked about it.
So I have a question for you, though.
Yes.
Some girls say that a man shouldn't ask their body count. Like, what do you think about it? If a man asks you for your body count, is that like insulting? Or is that something that should be in the open?
It is insulting to some people. So I think as a man, you should wait and see if she asks you first.
Yeah.
And if she never brings it up, I would not bring it up. But, to each their own. If you really want to know, then
Yeah.
just be polite about it
No,
and
of course.
As long as she
non-judgmental.
tells me at the beginning, I'm way,
Yeah.
way more likely to not get upset. But if I'm dating her for 5 months and I'm like, 100
But
guys,
That's in the past, so why does it matter to know someone's past so much? Like, why
Just-
it's like this is now, I'm with you now.
I understand.
I don't really care to know the past.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, but for us as men, if you're gonna find a high value man, okay, I'm gonna stop saying us as men, because right now I coach so many men, and a lot of them that are following me are a lot of beta males, and which means they're nowhere nearly as strong as an alpha, So they don't have that power inside of them to say, well, you can't do this or you can't do that. Also, I'm going to provide. Also, they don't open the door. Also, they don't pay for dinner. You know, also, they're not going to truly protect. Like, I was in Hollywood before, and this girl got slapped in the face, and her boyfriend ran away.
Oh
Where was
my
that?
god.
Where was that?
That was outside of a club called Vanguard.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
I would break up with him immediately.
He ran
I think
away.
he's happy with you breaking up with him. He's like, this girl's getting me into fights. I'm out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the
Do you know
context,
who-
but
Do you know who protected the girl?
another
Me.
girl. Oh.
Me. I almost went to jail. I knocked out the guy, and I
Oh, was a
accidentally-
guy? Another guy
It
smacked
was
the girl?
another guy.
Another
he
guy.
smacked the girl, and he looked
man.
at the guy and said, "What?" And the guy ran away. That was her boyfriend. And she was like, "Oh my God, where is he going? That's my boyfriend." I'm like, "How long have you been with him?" She's like, "Over a year now." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Come here." I like brought her behind my back, and I told the guy, "If you get near her one more time, I'm gonna hurt you really bad." And he was like, What?" And you could imagine what he probably looked like going, What? So I knocked him out, put him to sleep. We had to call an ambulance because he wouldn't wake up. But then I almost went to jail for that. But that's a protector, like somebody that's going to put his life on the line for you, you know? So a lot of men today are not like that. So they're also not going to ask you what's your body count or how many people you've been with. What's up?
That girl should be dating you.
Huh?
That girl should be dating you.
Yeah, but then...
Yeah, but then does he want to date her? Because she
Yeah.
picked such a shitty guy. Like, you realize, like, you want to know what the body count thing really is? It's like a resume. It's not really about the number. It's about the quality. Because it's like, well, you dated all these, you let inside of you, you know? Like, you let this guy be with you. So you better treat me really well because...
Let me
know?
give you a little story so you understand. You want to say something? Go ahead.
I feel like everybody we have met in the past have helped shaped us in the way of who we are today.
Exactly.
So, I don't feel like a body count is that important of a
You're
matter.
completely
in this
right.
case.
But you know what happens when you take an idiot and let him shape you? And then I have to deal with it. A guy who's been working on himself for so many years, and now I have to deal with all these idiots that shaped you in the form and way that you look like, who knows what inside.
Just like Marcel said earlier, we go through cycles. We experience all the things, so we know, what we like and what we don't like. Now,
Okay, how much did he shape you, the 60-year-old man that you were dating? Did he turn you into a woman?
yes,
And then he left you.
I loved him.
Oh my God, did you break his heart too?
Yes,
Did he have kids?
yes.
Grandkids too?
Was it an affair?
Yeah, was it grandpa?
Was it an affair? Was it an affair?
The reason I broke up with him?
Was because he was married?
No.
No.
He was single?
He was single,
He
yeah.
was single. But was he a grandpa?
He was controlling and manipulative.
But was he a grandpa?
No,
No, he just had kids.
he had kids.
Your age? Much older.
Younger.
No way. 60 years old?
Yeah, younger than me.
Oh my God. Ching chong ling dong dong. That is a big trouble. Oh, and then after that, you dropped down to 50. Because you were like, that guy's too childish. I need somebody more manly.
It was a whole cycle, I had to go through to get to where I am today.
What's
Because
the
you
oldest
know
guy
that-
you've been with?
Like if you look at evolution, the way it works is we are babies, and then we get older, we turn to men, and then as we get older, we go back into being babies, and someone takes care of us. So at 60, it's
Yes.
turning back into a baby. So you went back to 50, find a real man, right?
Yeah, 50, and then I realized, that doesn't work. 50 doesn't work, 40 doesn't work.
And then you're like, get
I
out of
had-
here.
I had to experience all of that to know, those don't work for me because nobody was guiding me and teaching me. My parents didn't show me
Why wouldn't it work?
what love looks like. So I had to experience, firsthand myself to know.
Were
to
your
figure
parents very
out.
tough on you?
No, I just had, my father was alcoholic and violent. So
Okay.
yeah, I haven't.
In China?
Yeah, in China, mhm.
Where in China?
Mainland.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so because of that, because of your upbringing, if you don't experience or you don't have a father figure that's there for you, it creates this, whole chaos inside of me. That's why I had to go through, what kind of my mother went through to get to, to understand, I don't want an alcoholic man now. I don't want someone who's abusive, who's
Right.
manipulating, who gaslights you, who puts you down. Now I know, but before I dated my ex, I didn't know that.
Right. And you know what's crazy, guys, that watching at home, just so you know, you see, she had a father, but she had a problem with her dad. And that's why she dated an older man. So when you see a woman that's with somebody that's much older than her, that's the reason. It's because there's daddy issues or things like that. Like if you ask me if I'm going to date somebody, I want to date somebody that comes from a good home.
Yes.
Why? That the parents are together. They're not divorced. There's no daddy issue, mommy issues, everything. She looks at me as a partner. Of course, I'm going to look at her as almost like my child. You know, I'll provide for her. I'll protect her. I'll love her. I'll give her the world. But at the same time, like, I don't want to deal with the issues.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, if she's not going to work on it by herself, she's going to pass it on to my children.
100%. You know, the most beautiful thing that I have experienced from that last relationship is that I got rid of my daddy issues once I broke up.
Amazing.
So that took a lot of self-improvement, you know, a lot of self-growth to get to where I am today. So I feel like that's why the reason I said, you know, I don't think what happened in your past should be a part of, you know, a judgment of who you are today.
Right. I like that.
But I
That
think
helps you. It helped you build the character that you have today. And
100%.
I don't think you can
good
change your
personality.
past. But I'll tell you why people care about the past. Because very few people are into personal growth. Very few people will do the work to work on themselves. They just become the outcome, or they just become the result of their past. That's what people do. They don't create their destiny. They don't write their future. So they go through all these tough things in their past, and they're not into personal development. Most women get into personal development around the age of 25, actually. 25, 26, 27. You know, Kaylee, you had the opportunity to come to a seminar. What did you say? Did you say you want to come watch it?
I said, no, I'll probably fall asleep and it'll be boring.
That's right. And then you ask Alexis, you know, you want to come, like girls 25 and older would be so happy to come to a seminar.
But when I was 20, I was into, like 2019, I was into self-development.
So you're different though, right? So, but a lot of girls aren't into that. And that's why you're different than a lot of girls. And that's why you're different than a lot of girls, you know? And the thing is, personal growth is about improving all the things you've been through to become the best version of yourself, so then you can attract the best life you could possibly attract.
For the record, I'm into personal growth. I just don't think I could sit through a multiple hour-long seminar and keep my attention span because I'm extremely ADHD.
Have you zoned out this podcast?
Yes.
Well,
There's been moments where I was not here.
Yeah, she was mind wandering for sure.
yeah. You should
100%, yeah.
You should work on your focus.
She was like, I think I can marry that guy sitting across from me. He's
Okay.
handsome, and I think I don't have such a high body count for him. He's wow.
Cut
What
it
a
in half.
good guy.
She cut it in half for you.
Yeah, she did.
For you, no.
Yeah.
For the viewers. I'm just kidding. No.
Do you believe your husband is out there watching this right now?
Not right now, but when it comes out,
Who knows?
of course.
Who knows?
Or maybe now, since he's here.
You want to hear a really funny story?
What?
So I have an ex-girlfriend. And
Okay.
I hung out with her. And I don't know why, but it was like a really, really good night. Like we're on the beach. There's music. There's fire around. It was like super romantic. And it wasn't planned. It was just we were out with friends. And I invited a bunch of friends. And she just so happened to come.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking. And she was in the best mood she's ever been in because I broke up with her. And, you know, she was just grateful to see me again because she thought I'd never talk to her again. And she looks at me and she goes, "Do you think we're soulmates?" And I'm like, well, I want to make her feel good, so I'm not going to say no. So I go, of course. And from that moment, she changed her behavior to me completely. And ever since then, she's treated me amazing. And I realized that from now on, anytime I date a girl, I'm going to tell her that she's my soulmate. Because she's going to love me differently. When you said you guys believe in soulmates, look at how everybody reacted. Of course I believe in my soulmate. Like, it's just everyone's been hypnotized to believe in this nonsense.
I hope there's karmic repercussions for that. That's fine.
And that's only if you believe in karmic retribution. So,
Yeah, because you probably have done bad things and then had bad things happen to you.
Because you know what? You know,
There's good karma though. As
Actually,
there is
I
good
have-
karma.
People who have done bad things to me have then suffered from karma.
Well, because you're around bad people, so they get
No,
bad
they
things.
were actually not bad people. They were wonderful people who just switched up all of a sudden.
So they weren't good people. So you're saying that you can't.
So
see
they
a
were
good person as a bad person.
they were wolves in sheep clothing.
Yeah.
That's what they were.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you guys know this. So you operate from the subconscious mind 95% of the day, but you operate from the conscious mind 5% of the day. When you fall in love, that's exactly the equivalent of taking the red pill. And it's pretty much you start operating from your conscious mind 100%. And that's why the food tastes better, the work gets better, the trees look nicer, there's more colors, more vibrant. That's because when you're in love, you're operating from the conscious mind at full throttle.
Can I tell you a story about an ex who had horrible karmic repercussions for something that he did while we were dating? And I actually found out that he cheated on me because his karma was getting so bad. So we had been dating for like 9 months, and he goes on a boys trip to New York, and he gets back from his boys trip, and he a week later gets fired from his job, and he had been there for like 2 years. And then his phone gets pickpocketed at a concert we go to, and he loses all of the amazing pictures that he had the past like 4 months because it wasn't backed up to the cloud. And then his car is parked on a random street in LA, and it gets totaled because some random truck crashes into it while it was parked overnight. And the guy, it was a hit and run, and he like didn't have insurance, and he was broke because he lost his job. He couldn't find another job for 6 months, ran through his entire savings account, had to have his mom actually pay his rent one of the months. Then
it's not karmic. He's just a loser. That is the dumbest fucking correlation I've ever seen in my life.
Because
no offense, but that is so fucking dumb.
Then his cat, he had a cat, and he was so in love with his cat. She ran away.
He had a cat.
His cat went missing.
I don't know one man who had a cat.
It sounds like you're really digging here to make this shit make sense. Like,
no.
Like it just sounds like a guy. Like if I had an employee who took a break.
New York, I'm telling you, he was thriving before New York. He was thriving before New York.
Fine. If I had an employee that took a break, if I had an employee that took a break for a week, he'd be fired too. And if I went to a concert and I was probably not sober, someone could pickpocket me pretty easily. And if I wasn't aware and kind of depressed and didn't really do a good job because I'm a bum, I probably wouldn't go get a job, because if he tried to get a job, he would have gotten one. And if I'm so unaware and stupid that I let my cat out, my cat's going to want to get the fuck away from me too.
I think it actually got eaten by a coyote.
I think you just pick really stupid guys and you blame it on
No,
karma.
he was not a stupid guy. He was
that
like...
sounds like he's programmed to lose.
No, it was all after New York.
Guy.
I'm telling you. For the first 9 months, I'm telling you.
Very highly intelligent. He has a cat. What man has a cat?
What man smokes weed? If a man smokes weed, he's an idiot.
Of course.
Weed destroys
everything.
Long-term and short-term memory centers of the brain. It ages the brain faster than any other drug. If you have a predisposition to schizophrenia,
everything.
Dementia,
what it does
Alzheimer's,
worse.
It's all.
I feel like heroin does faster.
Yeah,
than
but
weed.
what it does worse than anything.
Is that true?
Weed ages the brain faster than any other
but
drug.
think about it this way: it makes you not want to do anything with your life.
So
it destroys your time away, right? It takes your time. That's more than anything.
Well, if someone's gonna waste it, like if I'm
that
gonna waste
says
my
it
time,
all.
Marcel, can I tell you a secret? Your mom gave me a pack of joints and said, "Don't tell Marcel."
My dad. You want to hear my parents,
and I smoked one with her.
Wait, my mom smoked it. My mom smoked it.
Did I just?
My mom smoked it.
Whoa.
Yes. My dad would never touch weed.
Yeah.
My mom smokes cigarettes. She's a follower. It is what it is. I can't tell you anything about it. You know, like you're gonna smoke weed, you smoke weed. I still don't believe in it. I still think it's disgusting as hell.
Your mom believes in it.
I believe in.
And
selling
she
it.
is one hell of a woman. I love her.
No, his mom is awesome.
She influenced me to do it.
No,
I'm just kidding. I wanted to do it.
Barbara is the man.
She is.
She is unbelievable.
My mom's one of the biggest moving companies in the country. She makes like $3 million a year. She raised me and my sister. She's a beast. My dad's also a beast, but he's sober, never drinks, never does drugs.
Doesn't believe in God, like everything.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah, like him.
Like me. You know, when you become a hypnotist and you could snap your fingers and make someone believe in God, you realize it's nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I can also make them not believe in God.
Each to their own.
You know, I would encourage everyone watching this to look up Darren Brown and go ahead and look up. He has an entire room of atheists and he just hypnotizes them to believe in God. And it was very easy to do. It's one of the easiest things in the world because everybody's looking for purpose. Everybody's looking for God. And it's the easiest thing in the world to do. You know what's even easier than that?
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing that I cannot hypnotize people for easily. I can hypnotize someone to get out of love unless I believe it was some kind of spiritual connection. I cannot hypnotize a mom or a dad to get over the loss of their kid I cannot do it. They can feel better, but they're not going to ever get over the kid because
Yeah.
there's like a bond there. Like their soul is connected to they created a soul. So there's a connection there. And I think if someone's truly in love, like a soulmate, you know, like earlier I said, I don't believe it to be controversial, but there is some aspect to it that I do believe. I think that if you have a soulmate and you get heartbroken, that is the only type of heartbreak that you can heal, but you have to heal it by yourself. That suffering you go through, you have to do on your own, or you will never heal. And most people, they get heartbroken from a soulmate and they never heal. And they're sitting there and they're still hurting. 10 years later, 15 years later, they're still single. They're still hurting. So if you lost a soulmate, doesn't mean you can't get another one, but you will never find the next one unless you do the work. And I think a lot of people just sit in their misery and they stop growing. My stripper ex, her mom, she's a widow. For 30 years, she's been single. Never been with a man. Now,
Wow.
you know why? Because she likes to be a victim. Like, no one told you to go not be with another man for 30 years, you know? Like,
So you're saying she's not still in love?
she's not doing it out of love. She's doing it out of pity. Feel bad for me. It's not real love. That's pity. That, to me, is not loyalty. Because someone who truly loved their ex, someone who truly loved someone who died, they're going to do the work to get better because they have to live a life for them. They have to move on. They have to, you know?
I think it's kind of sweet.
What, that she hasn't been with anyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You know, like the way
she's
that you
not
are
happy.
and the way that you speak, you remind me of what probably Virgin Mary was.
Thank
Like-
you.
Huh? A liar?
Yeah, I mean, look.
Do you think Virgin Mary was a liar?
Do you think she was a virgin and had a kid?
Do you
I
think?
think it's possible.
Do you think
No, it's
Noah
not
built
possible.
an ark?
It's not possible?
Do you think God split the Red Sea, or who split the Red
No,
Sea?
I don't. I just
Moses.
told you.
Moses.
I don't believe
Moses.
It. No, it's not possible that a
So
man,
you just don't believe anything in the Bible then?
Do you know what holiday this is right
No.
now?
So yeah.
Do you know what holiday it is right now?
Sukkot.
Sukkot. Do you believe in Sukkot?
No,
Do you know what Sukkah means in Russian?
bitch.
Ah, but you believe in that one?
What do I believe in that?
Do you believe in bitches?
I
And Sukkahs.
I have two. I have two. One's named Domino and one is named Chanel. And they're very cute.
Yeah. They're super cute.
They're cute dogs.
Yeah, I have a couple too. You guys saw him. She was just playing with my puppy.
He's so cute.
She.
I cried. Ask
That's $250,000
Alyssa.
Did you?
puppy.
I did.
That puppy is worth $250,000.
No, it's not.
Yes,
No,
it is.
she was holding the $30,000 puppy.
I was holding it and I actually started crying.
The one you were holding is 30,000, but the mother is 250,000
Why?
because
it's a
she's a Frenchy fluffy platinum.
$250,000.
Yeah,
Yes.
don't tell her. She'll try and steal it.
No, I
She-
won't.
She's a Frenchy fluffy platinum.
She's thinking about
Have
it. She's thinking
No,
about it.
I
You
wouldn't
guys
even know
know
where
it-
to sell it.
On the black market.
I don't
the
know how to get to
Chinese.
the black market.
The Chinese.
She'll help me.
Shanghai. You chow, Shama.
Okay, really quick. I want to ask you guys a question. If you met your husband today, would you give up everything you're doing? If you knew for a fact he'd stay with you, you knew you'd have family, kids, you'd be happier than ever, would you give
Yes.
up everything for it?
Yes.
Would you?
No.
Okay.
So
wait.
what do you
I didn't
what's
ask
more
you, like,
important
what
to
do you do for a living? Like,
I do
what?
content creation.
Okay.
And I'm creating myself as a brand.
Nice.
So I would pick myself over.
Is that why? Is that
Because my purpose is I want to help others, so I will get more fulfilled if I can help others than be with like someone like love. I love love, but
could you do both?
yeah, I could do both for sure. Because I think if you are with the right person, then it's not a distraction. You can work together, and two powerful people is a better team than like a guy who's just powerful and has just a girl who doesn't do anything, rather than two powerful individuals put together can conquer way more.
Are your parents together?
They are, but they have more of a toxic relationship.
Yeah. What does your dad do?
I like how honest she is.
Yeah, I love it. What does your dad do?
He is a branch manager for Steelers, so he sells steel to buildings to build.
And does your mom work?
No, she doesn't. And she never
Are
worked,
you-
so that's why also I see my mom.
Are you
like-
not proud of that? You wish she would work?
Because she's unhappy because my dad is controlling, and so I grew up seeing that, so I never want to be controlled by a man in that way, so I've always wanted to have my own.
Do you believe that there's men out there that make money but don't actually try to control their women? They
Yeah, I
give
do
it to their
believe
women?
that's what I want ultimately, and I do believe in that, but at the same time, like I said, I will be fulfilled by helping other people
So if you helped other people and were single, would you be okay with that sacrifice?
Yeah, but that's not gonna happen for me because I can have everything I want in this life. Because
I like the confidence,
I'm the
though.
creator of my own
Give me
life.
5. Give me 5. I like that.
You know what I like about her answers is that she's not just trying to say what we want to hear. She's saying her own opinion.
100%.
Yeah, I like that. That's real. Like what I've been saying the whole podcast, I really respect real. Don't be fake. Don't lie about what you have. Don't lie about what you do. Don't lie about, just be honest. And that's the funny thing. If you look at the comments from the last podcast, everyone's like, yeah, no way, hypnosis isn't real. The most real thing that I do is
hypnotizing people.
I've even hypnotized men before.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I didn't really believe in hypnotizing. I mean, I never really looked into it. I've never met anybody who does hypnotizing, Like, I never met a hypnotist. And then someone who could put you in a somnambulistic state is absolutely insane. This guy can make you sleepwalk. It's crazy, the way he does things and shifts the pattern, and it's incredible because last night we were at dinner and there was this young kid, and you know 15, how kids
14.
are. He's 14, right?
Years old, yeah.
And he's like, there's no way. Yeah, I've seen that. I don't think so. That's BS. And he was like, come, I'll mess you up. And he's like, what? He says, come here, I'll mess you up. So he comes over and he's like, okay, let's see what happens. The guy turned into a pretzel.
What do you mean by that?
The guy, he hypnotized him. He fell. His head went in between his legs. He turned into a pretzel. And guess who's calling FaceTime that moment? His girlfriend. And we answer, and she sees him looking like a pretzel. That was his girlfriend.
Yeah, because when you get hypnotized, your muscles become so relaxed, there's no tension. When you're really hypnotized, there's no tension in the body. So you normally aren't flexible. All of a sudden, you're extremely flexible. You just fall over because you're so relaxed. And then we made him really confident. He starts. He's at the table. He's kind of shy. All of a sudden, this 14-year-old kid, super not like he's not that confident. But he's confident enough to challenge me. He's like, "You can't hypnotize me. That's not real." I'm like, "Come here." He comes. I knock him out in like 3 seconds. I think I've knocked out more people than Mike Tyson. Yeah. Anyways, I knock this guy out, and I go, I knock him out, and I go, "You're super confident." And all of a sudden, he's laughing. He's charismatic.
He's louder.
And I'm like, how old is this kid? He's 14. He looks like he's got the confidence of a 25-year-old, like 30-year-old, like crazy. And everyone's looking. They're like, do it to me, do it to me, do it to me. It was really funny. But, isn't it funny that I knock people out for a living? People pay me $1 million to knock them out.
Yeah. And then revive them, bring them back to life.
Yeah. But imagine being knocked out and you wake up and you're different. You're whatever it is you want. You write it down on paper. Like up until now, I don't think it was possible. Because most hypnotists suck. So if you've been hypnotized before, you've tried to, it didn't work, it's because they suck. It's like most doctors aren't good. So the richest people in the world go to the same doctors. The richest people in the world go to the same therapist. The richest people in the world go to me for coaching because I'm the best at what I do. Now, when you look at hypnosis or you look at psychology, what is it that you guys have what you've been programmed to like, and then you have what you've been taught to like. What you've been taught to like is based off of your upbringing, where you grew up, your parents, but then your DNA likes something specifically. The thing that triggers your attraction in your DNA is what you find when you're testing a man's frame. So you'll tell a guy, I don't find you attractive. You'll look at him, you'll be rude to him, and you'll see if he reacts to you. If he reacts to you, and you can, because anyone who reacts to anything, you control. So if he reacts to you, he no longer is attractive to you. But if he does not react, and you start reacting to him, immediately he becomes more attractive. And you get sucked into his frame, into his world. And that's what game is. When we talk about game, that's why an ugly guy can date a 10. And a 10 doesn't always necessarily date super hot girls because he doesn't have the frame. He doesn't have the ability to suck you into that.
I teach men not to be reactive, but to be responsive. You know what I mean? There's a big difference. Nobody wants to live with a girlfriend. You got to be that rock. The rock that's in the middle of the ocean. No matter how stormy the ocean gets, how wild the ocean gets, even if it's a tsunami, the rock will still stay there when it calms down. That's exactly how a man needs to be with his woman. The woman never wants to live with a girlfriend, believe me.
But you'll test
Isn't
it.
that true?
No, that's honestly the sexiest thing is when a guy can be a rock. But unfortunately, we're living in a sassy man pandemic.
So, you know, I
a beta
really
male
like,
Sassy
so
men.
there's a ton of men that are going to be watching this, and I'm talking about like hundreds of thousands,
Yeah.
you know, and I would really like for
Millions.
them to
When we
understand.
get shorts, they're gonna there's millions.
Right. Once it's shorts, it's millions. So I have a question for you. Let's try to help these men out there. You know, I don't want to be like some of these other podcasts where you bring in women and you bash them and you talk smack to them and you're bad to them, because I love women. I love women, all women. It doesn't matter if you're a prostitute, you're doing OnlyFans, whatever it is. I still respect you like you're the Holy Virgin Mary. To me, you're like the best of the best. Doesn't matter who you are, as long as you're a woman, because you could bring life, you know? And that's what I was brought up as a kid. For me, a woman is a princess. Until she shows that she's not, and I just step away. I don't react to her. I don't fight with her. I don't get even involved too
Amen,
much,
huh?
you know? Yes. Amen to that.
You know, there is a guy out here that's watching this that just got cheated on for the first time, because women do that.
They do. And
Yeah.
and you know what's sad? Today, more women cheat on men than men
The
cheat on
statistic is
women.
2.5 times.
And you know what's
As much.
crazy? So this is the problem that we have today, and that's why I wanted to bring some good women on the show. That way men could hear this, because it's very important. But let me give you quick statistics, and then we can help each other out. So 82% of filing for divorces today is initiated by a woman. 98% of men that are in prison were raised by a single mother. 40% of women today that have a baby are having it as a single mother. 10 times more women than men end up killing their children when they kill a child. It's 10 times more likely to be the mother, not the father. When a father raises a kid by himself, the kid will be 95% better than being raised by a single mother. And he will be even better being raised by a father than by two parents together. The girl will be less promiscuous. She's going to be more traditional. She'll be a better daughter. The son will most likely not be a convict. He's not going to get into problems. He's actually going to have someone to answer to, right? Because you have a dad. And imagine that single dad also has to work, has to provide, has to protect, has to raise them. What do you have to say to those statistics?
You don't need a man, huh?
I never said I didn't need a man. I definitely want a man, but just not right now.
But how do we fix that? What would you give something to the women at home and something to the guys at home. The guy who's gotten cheated on right now and he's feeling super weak and thinks that it's the end of the world. What would you tell that guy?
Never give up.
Keep your head up, King. I mean,
As you keep trying, the right one will come.
Yeah.
But if you close your hog off,
No.
then you're never going to get
The
that.
right one cheat on you, and the right one, the next one will cheat on you, and the one after that will cheat on you. And the reason she cheat on you isn't because of her; it's because of you. And until you grow into the man that you're supposed to be, then you're never going to have a woman who's going to be loyal to you. And here is the lesson I'd like all those men who are going through that heartbreak to hear. Every man who's successful with women has been heartbroken. Every single one. And he's not been heartbroken once. He's been heartbroken multiple times. And those men that are watching this now, if you're watching this and you're going through a heartbreak and you don't know what to do, you don't know how to feel, you need to go work on yourself now. Now's the time to become the man. Because up until now, instead of hating women like all these other guys do, because it's easy to hate women, don't hate women. Hate the things you learned about what women want. You learned the wrong things. You didn't understand that you needed to be a certain way. No woman owes you anything because you were nice, because you bought her flowers, because you liked her. No one owes you anything. She doesn't owe you anything because you dated her. You owe it to yourself, though, to learn and to be better, so then you can attract the women you want. And then before you know it, every girl you date will treat you so well that every girl could be the right girl. So if you happen to get one pregnant, that is the right girl. And if you like the next one, then she's the right girl. And it's up to you. That's how you empower yourself as a man. And if you're a woman watching this and you want to find a good man, then I recommend not wasting your time with a guy who didn't do the work. And you'll know a guy did the work because he'll be sober, because he'll be working on something. He's probably going to be very, very focused. You're not going to be able to get him off his routine. He's going to get you to feel better. He's going to get you to be healthier. You know, I had a girlfriend who was doing drugs and things, and I tried to get her off of them, and she didn't want to do it. So I left. And now she's a drug addict. She's skinnier. She's anorexic. And it's so sad to see because this girl had the whole world in her hands, and now she's lost it all. Now, you look at something like that, and you say, well, the reason I left her was because she wasn't willing to grow. If she was willing to grow, I would have helped her. But she didn't even want to grow. And that's the biggest thing that high-value men look for. They're growing very, very, very fast, and they don't want to be slowed down. So you want to make sure that if you're supporting a man, you only make it faster. You make his life easier. You don't bring drama. You don't get emotional. You're just making him feel good the whole time. If you make him feel good, he'll stay with you forever. But if you make him feel bad, you'll lose him faster than he came.
Yeah, I think I agree. You know, vice versa. You know, when women are growing very fast, you know, the man needs to catch
100%.
up as well. You know, so that's what.
Don't pick that guy though.
Yeah.
Don't pick the guys below you. You're not going to be happy. With
Exactly. You know, that's how a relationship would work. You know.
So, quick question, and I want an honest answer, okay? Because this is the audience really want to hear it. Have any of you guys ever cheated on your exes before?
Yes, but because they did it first, and then I was young, and instead of breaking up with them as the responsible thing to do, I was just like, let me get even, and I did it back. But now, as I'm older, I would have left them instead of like being revengeful.
Yeah.
But I think that just
How
came
old
with
were you?
growth. This was when I was like just got out of high school, so like, what was that, 18?
And how long were you guys together for?
A year, and it was at the end, and then we didn't last much longer after.
He
all of
found
Did you
that.
out?
tell him, or did he find out?
I don't think he never knew.
Was it one of his
He
friends?
never knew.
No, it's not none of his friends.
Did you
Random
did you
guy?
talk to this guy before you guys broke up? Like,
it
was he in your mind before, or it was just like first?
No,
time you
but
met?
did
No, he
wait?
was
Did
in my mind.
did this guy? Did you know him before your boyfriend cheated on you?
Yeah, but I always knew him.
Okay, you've
But-
always known this
yeah,
guy.
But it was always.
You see what's the
friends.
problem with having a friend as a guy? Going back to the beginning of the conversation, why you can't be friends with your exes. This wasn't your ex, but he was still a guy friend.
Or
Like,
guys when you're dating.
I don't
someone.
believe in guy friends. Like, the truth is, if I'm your friend, maybe you put me in the friend zone, but I still believe that I have hope in my heart that I'll get you. Like,
I have
still.
a lot of guy friends, and I don't do anything with them.
You're
Yeah,
right,
but
but
they
they
would.
still like if you'd call them right now and say, "Hey, I want to sleep with you," they'll
They
meet
would
you to
say
sleep
yes.
with you. That's because we're hoping to have the opportunity or the chance or that little, little tiny hole there that you're going to let us just slip in and say, "Come on for the night." That's how guys are. Now, guys also friend women, but you know what they do? So guys, what they will do is they'll keep you as friends with benefit. But you'll believe and you'll have the hopes that it's going to work out and you guys are going to end up being together. But the guy just keeps you there and he knows it's never going to happen between the two of you. So guys and girls have it both ways, But the truth is that men and women should not be friends. Do you agree to that?
No, because I feel like men and women could learn a lot from each other. And by not being friends, you're not allowing that to happen because women and men offer two different things. There's like feminine energy and masculine energy, and like together it's different. ways
So I'll
of-
tell you, I'm all about aesthetics.
Yeah.
I have never hung out with an ugly woman. So if she was my friend, she still had to be pretty. Do you think my girlfriend, when I get a girlfriend, would be okay with me going with my beautiful friend to the movies to watch a movie and having a good time, eating some popcorn, just
That's
as friends?
kind of like a date, though, going to the movies.
Why? We're friends.
Yeah, I guess.
Or what about dinner? What about lunch?
What about
That would be
just
okay.
coming over and hanging out?
Yeah.
That's fine.
What about the movie theater
So she
at
come over
my
and hang
house?
out.
If I trusted him and I'm confident in myself in the relationship, then I would be okay.
What if
with
they go
that.
to the
Yeah,
mall
so you're
together?
coming home to see me, but then she's cooking me dinner.
But then that's not really friends.
But she's my
Absolutely the
friend.
fuck not. I'm sorry.
Friend boundaries. There's friend boundaries. Why is she
But-
cooking you dinner?
But I don't know. Israelis cook for each other. So
I
mean,
know,
just
that's
normal
what I'm
friends.
saying. Like, I cook for him, I'm his friend, right?
I wouldn't even see like if she was cooking
There's
me
no
dinner,
problem?
I wouldn't
It's
have
cool?
a problem. I would be
What if
cool.
she's
But
like-
I'm also just a really chill person about things.
Yeah, you're very,
You're
very,
very
very,
easy
very confident. like very confident. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you just,
Or maybe you just never truly loved before, because when people love, they want to give. Love is all about giving. It has nothing to do about receiving. It's all about giving.
Really?
It has nothing to do with receiving. So when you truly love and unconditionally, you only give. So when someone else is giving it, you feel like they're giving the love that you should be giving. That's why you would be more protective in that area.
Yeah, I don't think I've really been in love, so maybe my perspective isn't.
you've always been,
Could
you've always been
definitely
in
be.
control, and you can't be in
Yeah.
love without losing control.
Yeah.
So you have to be willing to let go of control. And by the way, you want to know when you'd be the happiest? When you stop trying to control everything.
I do
Because if you try to control
Yeah.
what's out of your control, eventually will end up controlling you.
That is true.
It does control you.
It does.
It's not eventually. It is. Anytime
Yeah.
you're focused on anything that stresses you out, you know the biggest mistake that I think women make with high value guys, and then I think you tell me if you agree. But the biggest mistake women make with high value guys is that they see a guy who's super high value, and they don't see it, or they see it and they don't believe it, so they fuck it up.
You know what? I have a perfect question exactly about that. I'm probably one of the most high value men to exist on the planet.
No, you are.
Most-
Not probably.
Yeah. 100% them, okay? Most women, 99% of women stay away from me. They literally stay away from me.
But then they'll go.
Why
with some
is that?
They'll go for some loser, right?
Maybe are they intimidated by you?
Are you
What-
intimidated?
No.
Do guys intimidate you?
No, not usually.
Look, at first reaction, I know that women are scared of men because back in the day, men used to come, kill, rape women, stuff like that. So obviously women are scared of men. That's like your first feeling when you see a man, especially a masculine man, bearded, he's got the muscles, he's got the look. But then eventually you realize that if he's cool with you, then that guy could turn into your protector. He's no longer somebody that might hurt you. But most women, 99% of them, just stay away from me. They like somebody more that's cuter looking than someone that looks more rough like
they
me.
stay away from me too. Look, I'll tell you.
No
I've
way.
learned, I promise you.
We go places together. I'm
Look,
telling you.
Bro, I've
Women
learned-
gravitate towards
No, listen,
women gravitate towards you way more. I want to
but
ask
that's-
why women are
but-
so scared of me.
but I know why. I'll let them answer, but I'll tell you from my side, it's just because I act more cute. I try to act like less masculine, less out there. When I was younger, I would be very tough and like a man. Now I'm like trying to be a bit more soft, because when you act like, it's like a girl coming to a seminar. When they see you at a seminar, of course they're intimidated, right? The way we are on stage. So we have to kind of tone it back a little bit. Otherwise it is intimidating, because it's just, it doesn't make sense to them. They're not used to it. In the past, it made sense to have a bunch of masculine men, but now they don't understand it. So it's scary to them. So I try to act a bit more, I wouldn't say feminine, but more, soft. Yeah. Gentle. Yeah. Gentle.
So I'm very gentle, but I'm more like serious. I'm not like, oh, hey, how are you? Oh my God, you're like so
Yeah. But the way you are on the podcast right now,
You know?
act
You
soft.
just reminded me of Drake. Sorry.
like Jake.
Yeah. He paints his nails, right?
Does he?
I don't know.
Yeah,
does, yeah.
I saw a story of his nails painted pink.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What's happening to the world and to Drake?
Sassy
I hate it. I
men.
think it's a turn off. If I see a guy and his nails are painted, I don't want him.
Of course not.
Yeah. But,
But I have a
Some
question.
girls
Does
feminine.
does like a beard? All three of you guys, I'd like to hear from all of you. Does a beard scare women away?
Maybe it would scare some women away, but also I think that a lot of women like to feel needed, and they go for guys that need help.
Oh.
Yeah, they
Okay,
like.
So I should act.
They have like
more-
a healer complex,
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
because
yeah.
women are natural nurturers.
Like, why
so
do-
if
why
you
do
don't
you-
need any nurturing in any part of your life, you're well rounded. You're set. You don't really need a woman
Right.
other
that's the
than
man
the
you
fact
should
that-
go for, because that's the
I
man that
know,
will
but
take care
he's
of you.
asking why 99% of women run
Yeah.
away from him, and because 99% of women are probably healers and natural nurturers.
You know what ages they chase me? 27 and up.
Yeah. Same.
27 and
Yeah,
up.
that's when they are at the
They
age where they
are-
learned that healing men doesn't work.
Yeah. They're like completely damaged and then they chase me
Yeah.
because they need me to heal them.
Remember what I said earlier? There's the alpha male, you, because
Mm-hmm.
they'll sleep with you. They're just not gonna continue because they're scared. And then there's the beta male, which they try to turn into you. It's like, why try to turn it into him? Like, I view it kind of like being wealthy. Dating is like money. Can you afford the car? Can you afford that as your girlfriend or your boyfriend? Now, in order to afford it, you have to have certain traits or qualities and behaviors to pay for it. So you want to keep a high value guy, there's a way to pay for it. The way to pay for it is to be very nice, be sweet, be confident, make him feel very special, make him feel appreciated. The way to date a high value girl is to be a high value guy. But I honestly think things have changed, and women now are programmed to date losers. And that's what's happening, is women are dating losers.
It's a very strong possibility.
Well, look, you got toxic masculinity. So if the guy's masculine, now it's toxic.
That's
right?
the thing. Like, women came up with all these terminologies. He's a narcissist, toxic masculinity. He's conceited. He's suppressing women. Look at him. He's full of himself.
Misogynist.
A guy, he's misogynistic. If a guy, chauvinist. If a guy works out, he's compensating for something else. My ex thought I had a very small one just because I was compensating because of the way my body looked. That got her.
It's a surprise.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah. Or you were right. I know I'm kidding. Yeah.
But it's crazy. Like, women look at certain things and they're like, oh, this is that. Oh, he's got a nice car. He's a show off. It's never like, wow, he's got a nice car. He worked really hard for it. Oh, he's got a great body. Like, if I see a pretty girl, and every man that sees a pretty girl, what does he say to her? You're so pretty.
But that's not
You're
just
so
women,
pretty, right?
That's everybody. Everybody looks at everyone, with a certain pre-perceived notion, that's
No,
not,
but men look at women. Like, if I see a pretty girl, I might just stop and say, I just wanted to let you know you're extremely beautiful. Men do that. Women don't. Why is that?
If you want to get a girl's number, don't ever come.
I know. We already found that out in the last podcast.
Yeah.
I already know what I'm going to tell her.
No, complimenting works on me.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
If he's cute.
Yeah.
I mean,
But if he's not
no.
So you're trying to help out the guys that are ugly.
No. You got to come up to a girl and go, have we fucked before?
No.
I'm just kidding.
I would be like, bye.
No, literally, I'd be like, he's crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Unless he does it.
Because he's snapping like this, hypnotizing you all.
Yeah,
doing
he's
it.
Hey, by the way, I've never hypnotized a girl to be with me ever. Never in my life, ever.
No, but
I
when you
refuse to
asked
do it.
her
No,
the question,
But
have
if
we
you want
fucked
to talk
before?
about getting a girl's number, I'm the best at getting girls' numbers. Like, all these guys are like, I'm good at it, and they go and they tell you do this and this. No, just be confident. Don't be like, most guys try to. If I'm not confident, I'll be like, let's be friends. Let me talk to you slowly. Let me try and reel you in and beat around the bush because I'm not confident. And women will see that as like, oh, maybe they're being honest and I'm down to have friends because that's what girls do. But a confident guy is to the point. Hey, I want to take you to dinner. What's your number? That's a confident way of asking a girl out. And a girl will be like, whoa. Like, girls are like, whoa, you're really confident. Mm-hmm. Do I have a reason not to be? Like, and everyone's like, oh, it's bad to be confident. So what's good to be? Like,
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Do you really think you could hypnotize a girl to fall in love with you?
I mean, could you? You're asking?
Yeah. Like, do you genuinely believe that you could?
There are videos of me on Instagram with girls that I was never with, but to prove the point of me hypnotizing them to be in love with me. And I did it in a matter of 20 seconds just to show people that you can do that with hypnosis. And they were down and asked them about it before. And I was never with them, ever. And you can hypnotize them to think you're their favorite celebrity. You can hypnotize them to think that you're their whatever you want.
If you're so good, why doesn't the government use you?
They use this. That's why they invested $300 million into studying this stuff.
Have you worked with any government officials?
No.
If you had, would you be able to say?
I mean, I haven't, but I would not work with them.
Why?
Because they're probably not doing good things. They actually don't do good things.
Agreed.
I can't talk about it because I don't want to be a target, but I'll tell you off camera.
Okay. I'm just curious.
Well, look, at the end of the day, they provide a lot of things for free. And when things are free, they're normally not good. Mm-hmm. Like I was researching water today because he got me into drinking this new water that's out of the glass.
Only out of glass, yeah.
What is it? Valley.
Mountain Valley.
Mountain Valley.
Yeah, I mean, they better give us a sponsorship soon, but you know.
So now I'm
Valley.
buying this, and I'm buying it for me and my mom. Then I researched a little bit about water and the amount of chlorine that we have and fluoride, and actually we also have Prozac in it. Prozac is a depression medication for crazy people, for people that are literally crazy.
And estrogen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I mean,
So think about it this way. The water that's free that they're giving you is bad water. It's literally disease. The school that they give you is to program you to literally become a slave.
look at Flint, Michigan. In Michigan, you had water that was brown, and they're like, "Oh, it's safe," right? There was just this chemical spill in Ohio, right? And they're like,
Yeah.
"You're fine."
Yeah.
2 days ago or 4 days ago in New York, they were going around saying, "Stay indoors, stay indoors." We're spraying pesticides. Pesticides. If you take this much pesticides and you inject it into someone's arm, they will kill themselves in 30 minutes. They will go commit suicide.
And now they're dropping in free mosquitoes, right?
Oh my
Why
God,
are all the
I've been getting
mosquitoes
bit like crazy.
everywhere? I'm dying.
Yes.
Bites daily.
Yeah.
Daily. Why is that? And it was free. We didn't pay for
Yeah.
it.
So
Did you guys hear about the guy who got arrested because he was trying to put loads of liquid acid into the public water or the tap water source? And they caught him, and he had this whole plan. It was like some crazy schizophrenic guy, and he was actually like had a plan and like was gonna do it. And then they caught him right
probably
before
wouldn't have been acidic anyways. It would have neutralized itself in that much water.
No, I mean acid, like the psychedelic drug.
Oh, acid. Like
Acid.
Holy smokes.
Like, yeah, acid. LSD, yes.
And everybody who's not drinking that water would have been messed up. We would have been good. So who cares?
Yeah, but we would. I mean, the way to look at what's happening is this. This probably a viral video, but the government is creating a undesirable product. They're creating a woman that no man wants to date, and they're creating a man that no woman wants to date. They're teaching men to be feminine and undesirable, and they're teaching women to be very masculine and less desirable for men. And in doing so, they are gaining more control over everybody, and everyone falls for the trap. So we have to kind of go back to what we really like, and deep down, every woman wants a masculine man, and every man wants a feminine woman. And the only reason they wouldn't want a masculine man or a feminine woman is because they have some kind of childhood memory or previous experience with a bad masculine person, which means they weren't really masculine. They were actually not that, because a real masculine man will only make you feel amazing. And if a man had a negative experience with a feminine woman who acted really feminine, then she wasn't actually feminine. She wasn't really loyal. She wasn't really caring or loving. And that's why they don't like it. So if you find real masculine men and you find actual feminine women, you'll have an incredible dynamic where you're madly in love.
I'd like to say bye.
And you're going to be there, aren't
Thank
you?
you guys for having me.
Aren't you guys going to be there? If you guys want to meet them in person, they're actually going to be at the seminar. So,
Yes.
right?
She's going to be following
Catch me asleep at the seminar.
Because of the hypnosis, but
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't think you can. You told me that I'm unhypnotizable
yeah.
because I'm constantly in a dream state.
No, I told you you're always in hypnosis. I didn't say you're unhypnotizable.
Oh, okay. I'm always
Yeah,
in hypnosis.
and the only person who's unhypnotizable is my good friend. His name is Rafi, and he was my best friend when I was a kid. I was 5, he was 14, and he's mentally challenged. And I tried to hypnotize him recently, and he just can't go in because he's just not smart enough to follow the instructions. So if you think you can't be hypnotized, and maybe you're mentally challenged.
I would have done it. That was good. I'm actually really sorry, but I'm just in another world most of the time.
And you're just about to subscribe to Ben's channel.
Yes.
And
Thank you guys.
all right.
Thank you
Awesome.
guys.
Yep.
Thank you. It's been a very intriguing and inspiring conversation.
Amazing.
Thank you guys.
Nice. Good job.